Night. Are you ready?
Are you ready for the podcast? Whole lot we gon' broadcast. Dropping gems, these are all facts. Shooting flicks like Men in Black. Are you ready for the podcases? Hitting every spot, Dalmatian. Taking off like a spaceship. Podcast is not basic. 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 Let's go. Podcast is not basic.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode Podcases. What's next, man? You got the original original purveyors of opinionated-facts. You got my man Sean Fifth.
Your boy CY over here, gussied up.
Yeah, man. I see you, brother. How you feeling, man?
Oh man, good.
I see that. I see that you gussied up, man. Welcome to everybody, man. You know, if you are joining the cases, man, just throw something in the comment section saying what's up. Yeah, man.
How's your week going, man?
You know, man, my week's been great, bro. My week's been great, man. You know, what about you, bro?
Been good, man. Good. Been watching a little bit of the Olympics. You know, just keeping tabs on this COVID variant. It's about all you can do, man. Seeing when they're gonna shut us back down.
Let's pray that doesn't happen, man. Yeah, man. I saw something kind of crazy about that, man. They say Pfizer had put something out that that the effects of the vaccine wanes over time, and that scares the hell out of me, bro. So I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be a thing where we have to keep getting vaccinated on an annual basis or what. So it's kind of crazy for me on that.
Yeah, man. I'll take another shot.
You say what now?
I'll take another shot. I mean, if that's what we got to do, I mean, I'm not one of those conspiracy theorists. I don't know what's in it. I don't know what's in Tylenol either, but I know it makes my head start hurting.
Hey, bro, I don't know. I don't know about that, man.
Yo, I don't want anything that the effects of it are gonna be almost like me drowning. Like I can't breathe. I don't want that.
No, I don't want that, bro. I don't want no problems.
I want to breathe. I don't want that, man. So, yo, man. Like I mean, like the people who have graciously posted like when they've had COVID and been sick, man. Oh, they look bad. I mean, they look. Things are bad, man. I don't.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, my brother. I saw something kind of crazy, when people's talking about certain things, whatever, man, people talking about certain things. And something I saw crazy this week, where people, was saying about the variant and all of that and the possibilities of we getting shut down. I was kind of worried about that. But I think when Pfizer said that it wanes over time, I'm trying to figure out, is that a precursor to what to expect towards the end of the year, towards, because once summer hits and these kids start going back to school, when summer's over and everybody's going back to school and they're talking about people going back to work and everything like that, that's going to be a weird factor. And I think a lot of people going to be kind of hesitant about that.
Well, I definitely agree, man. And now with all these festivals back and NFL saying things are gonna be wide open. Even right now, training camps. I mean, fans are there. I mean, it's the lay of the land is there. You know what I mean? The lay of the land,
bro.
It is there, man. They posted a picture. Somebody posted like an aerial shot of Lollapalooza in Chicago. Man, you couldn't even tell that those were people. It was so many people. It looked like dots.
Yeah, that's crazy because I think that's going to be that's a big time deal because summer has been wide open, but I see in certain things where everyone's saying.
I think we lost my man Sean for a minute, but he will Be right back.
You know what I'm saying?
Actually, here he is right here. All right.
Oh yeah, man. We had a little difficulties here, man. But
It's
yeah,
all
man.
good.
I saw yeah, but I yeah, but you know that's the deal, man. We had a little issues there, but we're back though, man. But
We're a live show. We're a live show, so
so what's
everybody
good,
know
man?
how we
What's
rock.
been popping, bro?
Man, you know, nothing much, man. Work and work and
Mhm.
work.
Yeah, man. Speaking of work, speaking of work, I saw something kind of crazy where and we were talking about the lockdown and everything like that, and people was kind of going through a whole lot last year with the lockdown. And the funny thing, the banks didn't suffer at all, right? So I
Right.
saw something with the banks last year with people losing jobs, you know, losing that sense of losing income and things like that. The banks didn't suffer at all. Just on overdraft fees alone, how much you think the banks collected just on overdraft fees alone?
At least in the hundreds of millions.
12,
Billions?
$12.4 billion.
Wow.
Overdraft fees alone, $12.4 billion from people that don't have any money. They made that extra $12.4 billion.
Well, even bigger. I know in North Carolina, I think Friday, the rent moratorium went away. I think it might be nationwide. I'm not sure, but
Yep.
bro, that so you know these banks have been saying like everybody was real. You know, March, April, May, June, maybe through July. Oh yeah, we got you. In July, man, banks started being like, nah, okay, now you need to make your payment. You know what I'm saying? that light bill company say, nah, you got to make your payment. Only people who really suffered were landlords who couldn't collect rent. But now,
Right.
Monday, it's gonna be a lot of eviction notices going out, man. And this thing ain't all the way over, man. People still ain't working. They ain't recovered. You know, I give God the glory that you know my business really didn't stop because the feds don't really stop. But a lot of people, man, have been hurting, and something you can't recover from, man. People who are out of work for 6, 7, 8, 9 months. Some people not collecting money at all. It was that whole unemployment thing was a mess. People couldn't log on to get qualified, man. And you know, people are. I think the banks did a lot of that stuff, you know, to try to get some points from people like, oh yeah, we're I mean, I got several notices when this thing first started. Oh, if you got problems making your payment, well, you putting a payment on the back end is not really helping me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's still due. You know, you're not forgiving anything.
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel that, man. It just that was the thing that when I heard about it, it scared the hell out of me because I know a lot of people have issues like that and spoke about it and went on these TV shows and a lot of and everybody's talking about that again. Like, yo, it's over, but it's not over, and people are still suffering from that. So that scares the hell out of me, man. And I wish that everybody kind of come together and figure out a permanent solution for that and let all that stuff go or find forgiveness for that. Because a year without any kind of income will be a killer for a lot of families, man.
Yeah,
but the banks sit here and collect 12.4 billion over just in 2020 alone is crazy as hell. I didn't realize that was even a thing, but yo, it ran across my screen earlier this week, and I thought that was kind of crazy, and people should be aware of that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's insane, my brother.
No, it's a huge thing, man. They came at Bank of America before because Bank of America was in the billions a few years ago from charging people $36, like every you know insufficient funds or bad check you write $36 a piece, man. And they were killing those people, particularly people who were on a fixed income who had like a direct deposit check coming in. Like if you got a retirement check or Social Security, those people, they were extending the money out to them, but charging them so much. I tell you what, man, if you ever want to get pissed off, sit around and go read up on what the banks do, what these pharmaceutical companies do, what these student loan companies do, and if you ever really want to really get mad, go look at what you're paying in interest. Some people, not everybody, go look at what you're paying in interest on like a car or a credit card, stuff like this, man. People, these predatory banks and stuff charging people 24, 25, 27% interest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you could never ever move your principal. You got a credit card with a $300 limit that if you go back and look at the payments you've made, you know what I'm saying? You go back and look at you've probably paid $3,000. But that's okay. I'm telling you, man.
Hey, man.
Like
Hey, man.
when you really find out about that.
I mean, I get it. And that goes a lot to, I guess, people with their personal credit and their finances and things like that. If you got a $300 credit card, that balance shouldn't be no more than like $90 a month, if that, or it's gonna kill your credit score. So
right.
that all comes one and the same, man. And it's always been a thing with the banks and how they commit some of the most atrocious robberies ever in terms of killing people with their practices and things like that. It's absolutely insane. And when I saw that, I was like, man, that's some real legalized robbery. And no one seems to be bothered by that. That can make any kind of change with it. You know what I'm saying?
Just stay low. But go. Let's take it a step further. Go to the pharmaceutical companies, man. Mm-hmm. These people are charging people prices they can't afford for medicines that they need.
Well, that's a whole nother ball of wax. I mean, I think sometimes some of the medicines that are subscribed are precursors before you get other medicines. You know what I'm saying? Just my humble opinion, things I've seen.
Well,
it kind of like puts you on a bandwagon for the pharmaceutical companies to get more medication as they go around. I don't know if you've ever been to a doctor's office or just kind of spend some time in there or whatever. You often see sales people for these pharmaceutical companies coming, they almost recruit doctors' office to prescribe their product. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ways they do recruit people, providers to prescribe their product is to take them out to dinner, provide dinner for the entire staff, give them gifts and things of that nature. So it's almost like you recruiting a player to play for your team. You recruit doctors and other people that can prescribe your medication to give them to their patients. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I think we kind of miss the point of doing natural remedies or just exercises and things like that and say, okay, we're going to automatically put you to taking medicine or taking prescriptions and things like that, which the long term, it causes more problems than they actually cure, in my humble opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I agree, because you look at those commercials. Have you ever listened to the end of it? This may cause death. It may cause depression. It may cause suicidal thoughts. It may cause, bowel irritation. It may cause kidney disease. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, so you're going to put me on this, which is, like you just said, going to lead to then being on this. And then, man, think about how many people our age have grown up and seen grandma with that big pill bottle. She got 10 pills she got to take a day. She got her morning pills, her evening pills.
Right.
It makes you even think, how could you even deal with that imbalance of chemicals that you put in your body? You're taking one chemical to fix something that another chemical is doing, to fix something that might be the problem, might not be the problem. And then at the end of the day, none of the diseases ever get cured, because you still, like you just said, eating the same thing. You're not working out. You're doing blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, man. And that goes to a lot of things with, like you said, working out. But here's another atrocity that prevents people from maintaining good health is what they eat, right? Mm-hmm. And that's one of the most overlooked items of health, is just what you consume in your body. But with that said, and we got the USDA, we got, people that we assume oversee our intake of food. And some of the food in America is by far the most poisonous foods in the world. For example, that that there's a list of foods that are outlawed in other countries. Like US products that are food products that are outlawed in other companies. And through my time on my hand, I guess, I wanted to look this up, and I found there's a list of them, but I found 5 foods in the US made products, US products, whatever, that are banned in other countries. Do you want to hear this list?
Yeah.
All right. on this list of foods right here that are banned in other countries. Number one on the list is Mountain Dew.
Really?
Yes, Mountain Dew is banned.
Where?
You can look this up. These are the list of products that are actually banned in other countries. I don't have the list of the countries that they're banned in, but these products I'm going to list right now are banned in other countries. Number one is Mountain Dew.
Okay.
Number two is Post Honey Made Graham Crackers. Number three, oh my God, are Skittles. Skittles are banned in other countries. Number four, I'm gonna say number four for last, but this is the real number four. I'm going to the other number four here.
Okay.
But here's one right here that I didn't even know this existed, but I guess people in the US actually use this product. It's chlorine washed chicken.
Oh wow.
Chlorine washed chicken is banned in other countries. Hell, it should be banned here. And number five, which is going to make a lot of people very upset.
I know what you're going to say.
What do you think?
Can I guess?
Please guess.
Hot dogs.
No. Well, that should be banned in the U.S. But number five, and I think it should be. It's baffling to me. M&Ms are banned.
Plain a peanut.
It just says M&Ms. I'm assuming the product itself is banned in other countries, and this goes to show you that how unhealthy we are as a nation.
No, it depends on the country, man.
But that's what I'm telling you. So you're telling me that it's okay that the foods you consume shouldn't be banned in other countries. That should give you.
Is it one of those countries that eat dogs?
Hey, listen. They think of themselves high enough that they would say, "Listen, we don't want that shit in our country. That shit's poisonous." If you ever listen. Have you ever seen the element table, like the periodic table? And all that, you know, with the chemicals and all that stuff on it.
Fifth grade.
Okay. When you get some time this week, go to Walmart, Target, wherever you prefer, wherever you get your groceries at. Just go down the cereal aisle. Just go down the cereal aisle of any supermarket. Take any cereal. You can take the healthiest one or the one with the most sugar. Do both. Get a range of both of them right here. This is gonna blow your mind. You take both of them and you flip them around to the ingredients. You're reading the exact thing as you're reading on like the periodic table of chemicals and things like that. It will absolutely blow your mind. So with that said, that's the reason why a lot of these countries are saying, "No, we don't want that shit in our country, dog." It's strictly chemicals, bro.
Like the dyes and stuff like that, right?
Besides the dyes, look at this. Look at this. The side of a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, for example. Okay. Or Post Raisin Brands. When you get some time today, if anybody has those in their home who's watching right now, flip them to the side of the box and list the ingredients there. There's nothing that says anything about honey or cinnamon toast. It's strictly a list of chemicals in those products, bro. And then you wonder. So what I'm saying now shouldn't be a shock to anybody that why these countries don't want you to have these products in there. I mean, Skittles are the most poisonous things in the world. And besides, a grown man should not be eating Skittles and shit like that.
Yo, what's so poisonous about Skittles, man?
You said it 30 seconds ago. The dyes, man.
Dyes.
Dude, the sugar content in Skittles, man.
Skittle ain't nothing but sugar and dye, right? In a hard shell.
Skittles have so much sugar in it would turn anybody gay. You should not be eating that much sugar. I mean, it is packed with poison, bro. I'm telling you, man. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Anybody get some time on their hand. If you got a product in front of you right now, you eating while you watching this, man, and you have the box in front of you, please flip it to the side and see the list of ingredients in there. It will blow your minds. Trust me. And then you put the product in your left hand. You go online and you Google, you know, the periodic table, whatever, you know, where the chemicals are listed, and you put it in your right hand and you go side by side. You would almost have you're almost eating the table in your hand, outside of arsenic and whatever that's not in there. But it is absolutely stunning, bro. I'm not making this shit up. Look it up. Those are just some of the foods that are banned in other countries, and then you wonder why we walk around with massive guts and everything like that.
Well, and so Mountain Dew too, man.
Yes, man. Mountain Dew is poisonous, bro. You should. I don't know any black people that drink Mountain Dew anyway. Do you drink Mountain Dew?
I mean, on occasion, I might grab one.
Don't drink. Sorry, don't drink that shit. Let me tell you something. When I was in college, and you know this, I used to work at this convenience store in Raleigh while I lived in college.
They used to bring me Skittles and stuff from that store.
Yes, I never ate that shit. So, so when I worked in college, I worked at this convenience store, and I used to unpack. I'm gonna shorten the story, but I used to unpack some of the stuff that comes in the stuff on the shelves that we would display on the shelves. So back in the mid 80s to late 90s, what companies used to do that package their products and send them to stores and all that. They would put packing slips inside the boxes for the stores, but they also would put warnings, list of the healthy impact of that stuff that we're putting out on our shelves, and it had big red warnings on it. So anybody who used to stock shelves back in the day, whatever, but they stopped doing that shit. But anybody I sit here and read these warnings, bro, about the products that we're selling in those convenience stores, and the number one product outside of cigarettes, the number one product we sold on a daily, weekly, monthly, annually basis was what? Mountain Dew. By far. That is the most popular soda besides Coke. Mountain Dew is the number one sold soda product in the U.S. by far. I get anybody to look this up. Outside of Coke, Mountain Dew is, and that's
over Pepsi.
I think it's a Pepsi. I think it's a Pepsi product. Yeah, Mountain Dew is a Pepsi product. So yeah. I think outside of colas, Mountain Dew is third.
Okay.
It's poisonous, bro. I have too much time on my hand, but yo, that's where we are in America. We're fat slobs that eat Skittles and drink Mountain Dew. I'm not making this up, man. I'm not making this up. Google that shit. Google it, man. Mountain Dew, Skittles.
I've been in the gym a few months now.
Well, here's the problem with that too. Here's the problem with the gym too.
I don't want to have a problem.
I'm on my soapbox. I'm on my soapbox today because I've had a week, and everyone's that's watching this show is going to hear about it. You know, episode 16. What's next? The podcasts we're here. I have to say what's on my mind this week. And number one, and outside of the foods that have been banned across the world, this is on my mind too. And you're going to hear this too, bro. I see a lot of stuff on social media about people working out, which is fantastic. I love that people that working out. But the shit that chaps my ass is when I see people in the fucking gym supposedly working out, but on social media, taking pictures. What the fuck are you doing? You should your phone, the only reason you should have your phone in the gym for one reason, to listen to music. I should not see posts of your ass in the gym doing push-ups, running on treadmills, and all this shit. Why are you taking pictures of you working out or taking videos? That lets me know you're not really working out.
Nah, bro, this is social media culture. You showing people that you're there. Like you might not have posted it then, but you showing people you might motivate somebody. I mean, it's times I'm sitting around, I'm like, man, I'm just chilling. I might see a picture of somebody working out. About, you know what? I need to get my ass up and go to the gym.
So you
I get up and go to the gym. I might get motivated.
I get you. So you're telling me, and that could be true. I see that probably with Sean T or these other people that's their profession, working out, stuff like that. But Bartholomew Wilson posting shit on social media about him working out, doing push-ups, or a chick out there running on treadmills and all that. I don't need to see that shit. If you're in the gym, take your ass to the gym and work out. I don't need to see it.
It doesn't bother me. Like if you post,
because you do that shit.
I'm not.
You do that shit.
I'm not gonna watch you run 5 minutes on the treadmill. I don't care about your form. But
so why do people do that though, bro?
I don't know. I mean, it might just be. I don't know. I can't give you a real answer.
And that's one of the things that people post on social media that don't need to be posted on there, man. It's like
give us some more, man, just because of your week.
Dude, you don't have enough time for this shit. I see that. But that's the main thing is running. Why are you posting you running, bro? That lets me know you're really not running. If you're really running hard, that's like, Floyd Mayweather boxing. He's in the gym. I mean, he's out there he's in the middle of a fight, and he's like, yo, he's on social media as well. You're not putting your all into it if you're doing social media while you're working out. You're not. So I see some people taking a break, and then they post a picture of them on the bench. Like, man, this is your time to you're ready for your next rep, motherfucker.
Hey, I do my next rep when I get ready. Right
So
now,
you-
I'm gonna get.
so
right
you do
now,
that-
Mike.
So you do that shit too.
I won't say I haven't. I'm gonna tell you, since we going down this little rabbit hole, since we going down this rabbit hole, and since we said rabbit hole, shout out to Straight to Take, my boy Perry Jones.
Salute.
They go down rabbit holes a lot.
Yes.
Sunday afternoons.
Mm-hmm.
But what bothers me more than that on social media is when people do stuff with people and they have to like post that on social media. That's worse for me than that. I think that's the worst thing I see on social media.
What you mean?
Where somebody saying, ran into this guy outside the store today. He was struggling, and I bought him a meal, or I did this, and they got to kind of snap a picture of the person, or even down to the point of these like this kind of bothers me when you have like these institutions that are doing like food drives or stuff and say, hey, if your family's kind of suffering and y'all need to pick up some food or something, come through, and then they videoing it. To me, that's bad. Like, I don't think you should do that. Like, I don't think you should take the time to, show people how bright you shining by giving these people stuff, but you're showing people who are suffering, or maybe they're not suffering, but during this pandemic, a lot of middle-class families or lower to middle-class families, even some upper-class families needed some help. So if I got to come around there to your institution or your nonprofit or church or whatever, and I want to pick up a box of food, why you got to video me? Why you got to have my car going through the line to pick up the food? I don't think that's right. That bothers me more than the gym situation. They're
one and the same, bro. It's
not one and the same. No.
Yeah, it is.
One, you're showing somebody who probably has not agreed to be shown and probably does not want to be shown, versus at a gym, you just showing yourself. The gym thing you could be doing for one person. It could be you could post that. It could be that one inbox you get like, oh yeah, you really got it going on. And you're like, shit, I'm gonna do it again. Like, I mean, that could be something different, man. Versus you doing something. You're gonna pick up some food from a nonprofit and they got to show you. I don't agree with that at all.
All that shit's the same, bro. I be seeing motherfuckers running with the phone and shit. And had the phone in his hand and they running and like, yo, I'm out here. I'm doing, I'm out here. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I don't know. Bro, you absolutely not. You and I do the same thing, sitting on the couch. You know what I'm saying? By you out there running with that fucking phone in your hand and talking to me, you're not doing, bro. You're not running, bro. You're not really putting yourself, man. Stop that shit. And from now on this week, because of the week I've had, I'm going to start putting that shit. Like, man, I don't want to see that shit. Work out.
Right.
It's crazy, man.
I'm gonna do it again this week. I'm just telling you.
Oh, I'll be ready for your shit too, bro. I'm gonna blast your ass. I'm be ready.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna do it again.
Hey, man, I'm gonna be ready for that shit. As soon as I see you post that shit, I'm gonna blast your ass. Stop it, America. Stop it, America. You know what I'm saying? And it's the thing, man. And it's the culmination of and I'm gonna get to what's next though. But I have to just get this off my mind, and that's one of the things that was on my mind. Another thing that was on my mind this week here, it wasn't on my mind, but it's kind of happened to me. I was in visiting family this weekend down in Carolina. Salute to my family. Had a great time. I think everybody who's driven long enough or has had their license and things of that nature has been pulled over by the cops at least one time in your life. Mm-hmm. I've been pulled over mostly by men cops. We're not talking race here. We're just talking straight men, black or white. Been pulled over by men. Right. I've been pulled over by women a couple of times too. And my question is, who is more aggressive, the men cop or the woman cop? And I'm gonna tell you why I asked this question in a second here. So I was driving back from Carolina, and I got pulled over, right? And I guess it was two cops in the car. I guess one was training, and I guess I'm not sure who was who, but it was two officers in the car. And the woman came up to the car first, man, and man, she was she was ready for action, bro. She was angry as fuck. Granted, I was doing 100 miles an hour, but fuck it, it is what it is. So I was doing 100 and something, whatever, coming back, and and she was pissed.
Where were you at?
I was in Georgia. I was in Georgia. I was doing like 105 because I was behind another car, and you know the whole thing. Everybody who does this thing, right? So I was doing like 105. Man, she was pissed. Oh, she was pissed, bro. I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, whatever. And so the guy came up. I guess the guy saw where it was going. I was sitting there looking like, what the fuck, okay, because she told me to get the car. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get arrested. It is what the fuck it is. I'm doing 100. I know I was doing 100. I didn't say shit. I said, She said, why are you doing 100? I'm like, based on my mind, like, first thing I'll say, because I can, but I was like, the car can do 105, so I'm doing 105. That was my first thing in my mind, because like, you're being shitty with me, I'm be shitty back. But anyway, so she was on a whole soapbox telling me about the rules and regulations of the road and why I'm speeding and things of that nature. And so the guy, she was talking really aggressively to me. So I'm sitting there looking like, what the fuck, bro? So the guy comes up and he was like, and he just tapped on the shoulder and he just started talking. He's like, hey man, you were going pretty fast there, man. Everything all right? I'm like, yeah, man, just lost track of it. He said, yeah, I saw the other guy, whatever, say, just give me information, man, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Just have a seat in your car, whatever. So so he comes back. And I give him, he saw that I was a veteran and things of that nature. Well, he said, hey, man, typically we would have to give you a ticket, but I'm doing a training, whatever. That's why I saw you and I pulled you over as a training, whatever. He said, man, just please get home safe. Have a good day. Don't speed like that. Hey, man, thank you, sir. No problem. And on the way back to the car, because the girl didn't no more talking, on the way back to the car, the young lady, he was talking to the young lady, whatever. And they were still talking when I pulled the fuck off. And I don't know what he told her. But I'm sure is, why the fuck were you talking to him like that? I'm like she just came to the car and immediately told me, get the fuck out. She said, get out. I'm like, okay, I got out. But my thing is like, I got pulled over by men and women, but typically the women are so aggressive. And I'm like, why are women cops so aggressive when they make stops like that? And the guy was like, yo, cool, man. He actually calmed it down in front of me. Like, yo, I got it. And he understood where this was going. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn. I was doing 105. He said, yeah, you was doing like 105, 108. So I'm like, okay, bro, I get it, man. He said, just, you can't do that around this county like that. They will, whatever. He's the only reason I'm not giving you a ticket because I'm doing a training. And he said, the guys up, when they catch the other guy, they will give him a ticket. But I just pulled you over because I'm doing training. I say, hey, man, no more problems out of me, bro. And I pulled off. But I was thinking, like, damn, that woman's really aggressive. Because she's going to be in the streets in about 2 weeks, he said. She's going to be in the streets. But she's really uber aggressive, man. And she's young as fuck. And it scared the hell out of me. I'm like, why? Am I gonna but why are women cops so aggressive, bro? Is it something they have to like put out and say, like, I ain't taking no shit off you or whatever? Not race, no race and nothing like that. Just they're really aggressive, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Might have been that. Might have been like she was trying to, get you before you got her. You know what I'm saying? That type of situation. But clearly, what I can tell you. What I can tell you is that if you was doing 105 and he ain't write you no ticket, she did something wrong.
Yo, you know what? I think
she did something wrong.
Yeah, because she was really, because the first thing she told me, she didn't ask me for nothing. She told me get the fuck out the car. She may not
have, they may not have radared you. They may have radared the car in front of you and realized that you were going that fast. But the aggression to get out the car, there was definitely something wrong where they didn't want to go to court with that. She's done something because she, salute to you for going over 100 and not getting a ticket.
Man,
and not killing yourself. So, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. I didn't know, because when the car pulled up beside me, I already know he wanted business. I'm like, okay, you want the business? I'm gonna give you the business. And so we just took the fuck. Yo, he wanted the business. Like, okay, so he had a Cadillac too. Okay. So you want the business? I'm gonna give you the business. So we took the fuck off in South Carolina, like towards like 5 miles from the border between South Carolina and Georgia, and we took we were doing it. It got to like and people were literally clearing the lanes for us on the left side. We were killing it, bro. I was gonna get back to Georgia probably like 2 hours if no cop would have stopped me.
Yeah, like now, early early on in my legal career, I had a couple stints at the district attorney's office, and back then, if you were even going over 90, we wouldn't touch it, which meant like we wasn't reducing or nothing. If a ticket came in and it was 90 or over, we was like, yeah, we don't even reduce those, which was going to immediately call for suspension of your license. But somebody just said on the text, man, 105 in North Carolina, you probably would have needed a bond. they would have figured out a way to take you in. It would have been careless and reckless driving.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew. I got on the phone. I unlocked my phone because when I got pulled over, I unlocked my phone because I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to call somebody to get me. I know I'm going. I'm going. It is what the fuck it. I'm like, I was so cool because already in my mind, I know I'm going to jail. It is what it. I mean, that's when they pulled me over. But when she was berating me on the rules of the road, which she just learned herself because she was a training, and the guy just told me like, yo, man, hey man, just slow down, man. You can't, without, because I'm doing training, slow down, whatever. I don't think he had any tickets on him. I really don't think he had any tickets on him, but yo, they let me go. But I was like, yo, that chick was super damn aggressive, man. It scared the fuck out of me. I'm like, I don't think she's gonna shoot me. She's gonna whip my ass. I mean, she was really aggressive out there, man. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, we got episode 16 here, man. And one of the things that we and the reason why it's titled such is like, what's next, right? So we've been getting a lot of people hit us up and asking us different things about doing different show ideas and things of that nature. And we started listening to everybody, and we was like, yo, that, and we started putting our heads together and coming up with some different things. And some of the things, and one of the things that we really going to concentrate on coming up as we start doing more shows is just the overall health of everybody, just health. And that's why we kind of tagged on seeing people in the gym and some of the bad foods out there. We're gonna start doing some shows strictly about health and having different professionals come on from mental health, OBGYNs or whatever, general medicine or whatever, come on and just talk to us about and talk to everybody about health and getting healthy and going to the doctor and visiting the doctor and some questions that you may have. So it's going to be an engaging thing. We're going to have some great people come on, great doctors, whatever, great professionals come on and kind of talk to us about their particular field and getting people more healthy. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Yeah, and we're excited about that, man. That's a huge thing, that we take serious, particularly, being middle-aged African American men. It seems like every week, man, somebody's passing. Shout out to my Shaw U family and the passing of Dr. Paul Jones a couple weeks ago, who was a Sigma over at Shaw. If you knew Paul, man, Paul was, from Chicago. Really cool guy, man. No matter when you saw him, he was the same from the first time I ever saw him until, the last time I saw him. He was the same. He's married to a Gamma Rho over at Shaw, Keisha. Really surprised to see that he passed away. But, man, it's like every week is somebody, man. And you look at it, it's like, 42, 43, 44, man, passing away. People our age are, having strokes, man. It's just, it's serious, man. And, so we want to look into that, man. And just as much as the physical, the mental, man. Like a lot of people are suffering in silence, particularly, I'm not saying that women don't, but a lot of times us men don't really know how to have that conversation with each other to say, man, look, I'm kind of dealing with the same thing you're dealing with. So, we're going to get into all of that, man. That's going to be, we're going to still be entertaining you, but we're going to give you a little bit of knowledge to take with you as well.
Yeah, man, that's important, bro, because I think a lot of times we run so hard. Yeah. Especially, I'm speaking for just the men right now, but I think a lot of men run so hard, and we're naturally fearful of the doctor. The stats show it itself, man. We just find ourselves as genetically predisposed to being fearful of the doctor, and just going to get yourself checked out. Just say annually and get something looked at. A little nag you may think is not a big deal. It can be a very big deal. So we're trying to put a spotlight on that, and that's what's next, man. We really want to use this platform to educate people, and that's one of the ways we're gonna really go with it, is getting some great professionals on here, and we're gonna talk about some really good stuff, man, about getting everybody healthy, visiting your doctor, man, answering your questions, and just bringing a light to something that's the most important thing in your life. It should be your health, man, because you're no good to yourself or anybody if you ain't healthy, bro, or you ain't getting yourself checked out. So we want everybody to be around. We love the support and everything like that, but we really want to use this platform to educate people on different aspects of life and getting yourself right. And health is by far most paramount. And that's what's next, yo. That's what we're gonna spend a lot of time on. That's what this platform is gonna go for. At least one show a month. We're gonna bring a different professional on, and we're gonna talk about it and get their questions answered. So if you got any questions or whatever, when that show is going to go down, the first one's going to go down, please, man, post your questions, or you can go in the chat when the professional comes on, the doctor comes on, and just get your questions answered. But I think it's important that everyone's engaged on that particular topic and get it right. You know what I'm saying, my brother?
Oh, for sure, man. For sure.
Yeah,
We discussed that. That's important to us.
Hell yeah, man, because we see a lot of young cats. And I'm going to tell you like this. I'm in my 40s, bro. I think 40 is way too young to go. I think 50 is way too young to go. I think 60 is way too young to go. But the way we at with technology and the advances we have made just in medicine, I think if you're not getting checked out, bro, you're doing yourself and your family a disservice. So please, please tune into these shows. It's going to be bananas. We're going to have some good information. And we welcome everybody to ask all their questions, bring them on. Hell, we'll get you right. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So that's what's next, man. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm ready for that. And we're going to have a good time with it. You know what I'm saying? What's on your mind? Anything else on your mind, bro?
Man, one last thing I read, man, today is I was reading, I like to watch the news on Sunday mornings, man.
Yeah, we all know that.
Man, they said Donald Trump has $120 million already in they call it his war chest.
Right.
For his political campaign. $120 million. That was the first thing. The second thing was our vice president has, I think they said she was the first vice president since the 70s with a negative approval rating. And they were saying that seriously, they were saying that I don't follow politics that much, but I watch it Sunday mornings. They were saying that the plan was they were going to send her on a couple of foreign expeditions to try to get her approval rating up. I think her approval rating may have been like 47% or something like that. But they said she was the first vice president since the 70s with the approval rating that low. And I guess the Democrats are naturally getting worried because I think it's just known that Joe Biden cannot run, for 2024. Right. And if you've seen him do some interviews, you probably could say, yeah, this is it for him. You know what I mean?
Right. I get it.
That was a goal for you to become president. You became president, do your one term, and let's go ahead and get out of there. Right. And naturally, the succession will be the vice president. And they're saying with that approval rating so low, like they don't know. So they were going to try to send her, somewhere to do some, foreign stuff to try to boost it up a little bit. But man, it's kind of, you don't read much, but at one time they had said that there was some tension or something in the house. I don't know if it was her and her husband or so it's just kind of crazy.
Well, here's the thing about Vice President Harris. I think a lot of people are missing the point on, missing the boat on. She didn't do that well in the primaries. So for anybody to assume that she's going to, and here's the thing, that the vice presidency is almost, you're chosen to be that. You're not elected to do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't give a fuck who Barack Obama chose as his vice president. It could have been Gary Coleman. He got my vote. You know what I'm saying? It could have been Homer Simpson. I didn't give a fuck. It could have been Cleveland Brown. Barack Obama had my vote. You know what I'm saying? Right. I think the people were so tired of Donald Trump that they didn't give a fuck who he picked. He was going to win anyway, right? So I think people should taper their expectations of Kamala Harris because she's not going to make this quantum leap from doing subpar in the primaries to being the vice president to being president. She didn't have that fire behind her initially. Anyway, I can see if it went down to the wire with her and Joe Biden. And then Joe Biden picked her as vice president. And then everyone's okay. Now the murmurs are that she's going to be the eventual next candidate for the Democratic nomination. There was never that. No one ever said, yo, she is the next. No one's. Listen, she has so much negativity towards her and some of the things that she has done that the Democrats are not going to necessarily get behind her to face anything. And besides, no one's going to. Donald Trump's not running anyway, bro. He's going to be like 90 years old anyway. He's going to be like 78. I think he is going to be at the time.
I think he'll run, man.
He may run, right? But he's going to be so old by that point. It's going to be dangerous for him to run. It's going to be dangerous for him to run, bro. I mean, that's quite up there in age, bro.
Let me ask you this, just in your opinion. Do you think that this selection of Vice President Harris by President Biden, was that just like a ploy, and then they know that she wasn't going to be the Democratic nomination for president in 2024, or was that a situation like that? Because that's kind of like what they're kind of pushing towards. Like, hey, if they want to win, they better figure out who's going to run, because it better not be her. It's kind of like what the opinionists are saying.
It's going to be a toss up, because, like I said, if Joe Biden, okay, so we use your situation that you put out. So if Donald Trump happens to run again in 2024, and we know Joe Biden's not going to run again, no matter who the Democrats put up in front of him, just speaking in terms of everything's on a level playing field, Donald Trump would wipe the earth with that person. There's no one that the Democrats can put in front of him that he's not going to beat. It ain't going to happen. And listen, had he kissed one baby with COVID when he was running, had he kissed one baby with COVID, he would have blown Joe Biden out the water. Joe Biden wouldn't have had a chance. The only reason Joe Biden won, anybody, that I'm telling the truth. The only reason Joe Biden won is because Donald Trump denied COVID. That's the only reason he won. And people, no matter all the fuck ups he did throughout office, talking about vets and this, that, and the third, he still got 80 million votes. 80 million.
Because man, like when you look at it with clear view, if this like Delta variant comes back like they say it is, that's gonna hurt Joe Biden, man. It's gonna hurt the Democrats all together, because think about it. Because
shit, fuck her. They can kill Joe. Joe about 90 years old.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I saw an interview with Joe maybe like 2 weeks ago, man, and he just didn't look good. He just didn't look well. He was on the lawn of the White House. He just didn't look well. But
he's 80. I think he's an 80 white man. He's 80 years old. Dude, when the last time you see anybody say, man, that 80, man, he looking fine. Dude, it's over.
He looked bad, man. He looked bad. So, I think,
shit. And let me ask you a question. Do you want to live past like in your 80s and 90s? Do you really want to be doing that shit? Dude, no.
If I can walk and shit, yeah. Like if I can walk and I can.
No, I gotta say this. People say like, yo, man, I want to live to be like 90 and 100. Man, no, the fuck I don't. Because I don't want to. If I ain't this Sean Carter, if I'm not this Sean Carter at 90 years old, fuck it. There's no reason for me to be around. All my friends, I can't hang out with my friends no more because they're 90. There's no reason to be around at 90 years old.
The ECs be rolling around and shit.
Yo, if I can't be this Sean Carter at 90 years old, and my friends are 92, why the fuck are 90-year-olds hanging out together?
Hey, when it gets to the point, and my kids got to they don't call me dad no more. They call me daddy with that long A. Hey, daddy. Go ahead and wipe me out.
Are they holding up signs tell you like with the names on top of their head so that you remember who the fuck they are? Let's go get daddy. I ain't mad at Joe Biden. Yo, if Joe's kicking at 80 years old, man, salute to him. But he better be concerned about this Delta variant. Variant, because man, if you over 80 years, 70 years old, and you should be masked the fuck up, because it is crazy out here, man. I get what you're saying, man. It's gonna be hard for anybody to beat Donald Trump if he runs again. And
Stephanie just said the White House progressively ages every candidate. And that is true. I remember when Barack went in, he had the nice black Caesar. Like the first press conference, this shit was great. Like, yeah, Joe ain't got enough room for that age, man. But here's the thing. That's also kind of scary. is now, man, and I was just telling a group of my fraternity brothers that this week is if you actually sit down and listen to like the news reports and Dr. Fauci, who's Dr. Fauci, who's giving us these reports and stuff, it changes so much that it's hard, man. Because like one day he was on there, and I'm not telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I saw. Mm-hmm. He's on the news and he's like, "Oh, I do not anticipate another lockdown because blah blah blah." He comes back 2 days later, like, "We got to start preparing for the lockdown." It's like, damn, how old is Fauci? Is he too old to be doing this too?
Well, with that said, I think, and I'm gonna give him a crush to stand on. And I'm not, I hear people talking about whatever. I think the one thing more than anything that people need to pay attention to and be very cognizant of is that we're dealing with science. You know what I'm saying? We're not dealing with conjecture. We're not dealing with, I'm not shitting on nobody's, we're not dealing with faith and all that. We're not, but we're dealing with science. And the one thing about science is science has something that's very important. They have a hypothesis. And a hypothesis is something that you believe that is going to happen as a result of, you're going to do a test later on. But the hypothesis is this, right? And that could, and basically what they don't, when scientists talk on the news, like Dr. Fauci, they get, when they first come on, they're giving you their hypothesis. Like, okay, this is what I think. And then they go back and look at research. Some numbers may come in and they say, okay, look, my hypothesis, they're not gonna say my hypothesis was wrong, but here's what the new information is, right? So I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, whatever. But if they're only asking me to mask up and stay away from 90 motherfuckers, I can do that. Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can do that. And I don't think we're politicizing science. And I think that's the problem.
Okay. And so let me jump in lawyer mode right quick.
Okay.
So the pandemic does not take away our constitutional rights.
No, God.
You see what I'm saying? It does not. You still got the constitutional right to receive or to reject medical treatment. You cannot make me get a vaccine. I'm vaccinated.
Yes, I can.
Just so everybody knows.
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot. You're trying. You're trying.
Nope.
Lawsuits are coming. Lawsuits are coming. So you can't do it.
If you want to work, okay, I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna let you talk. But if you want to work for me privately, if like Facebook, if you want to come back to work for me, or you want to go back to work for Facebook, you have to be vaccinated. You are OSHA. I'm giving you a little bit of lawyer mode as well. OSHA, you have the right by OSHA to have a safe work environment. And that's what Facebook and everyone's gonna stand on. But go ahead, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. I'm not saying that. Like these companies can do that. They're private companies. You can do it. Right. But I'm saying you have a constitutional right. When for most lawyers who were looking at that press conference where I saw Joe Biden and he was saying, you know what, social media is the one that's allowing people to post these messages.
Did he say the Facebook or he say the Facebook?
He got it out some kind of way.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
But here's the thing. Freedom of speech. They can say what they want to say as long as it's not causing like mass hysteria. So if you want to let somebody say something, it's like you can't take our constitutional rights away because of the pandemic. It's kind of like you can make people get vaccinated, just like you said. I mean, the federal government just said it. Like, hey, if you work for the federal government, either you're gonna get vaccinated or you're gonna get tested 2 to 3 times a week.
Yes.
There's always loopholes and stuff throughout the law. That's the fun part of it.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, like, this is just getting so crazy where it's like, now we're gonna blame Facebook because Facebook is telling people that this is what's happening with the vaccine and this and that. It's just, man, it's so much information and so much misinformation that's coming from even like I know what I do every day. I don't talk in absolutes. When I talk to my clients, I don't talk in absolute because I don't know what's going to happen. Right. So I would appreciate if Dr. Fauci didn't talk to me in absolutes.
Well, no. Again, I think you
because you don't know what's going to happen.
Right. I think you're misinterpreting what any doctor or any scientist say on the news. If you listen to them very carefully, and people bang on and people talk about Facebook and all that, whatever. I think Facebook should be very cognizant about what they let information because people don't read no more. People do not read anymore. They go to Facebook. So when if you listen very closely to people like Dr. Fauci or any medical professional that comes on air, when they're talking, if they come and say one thing one day and they come back and they change it, the first thing they say before they change it says here's what we've seen now. They're giving you new information about, okay, what I said before, yeah, I probably said that, but here's the reason why I may change that. Because science is allowing them to change that. That's what science is. And I think a lot of people are missing what this problem is. This is not a political issue. This is not a social media issue. This is science. This is medical science here. And if you're anybody who took any kind of science class or actually read a book, it's important that people read the book and understand about science. The first thing about science is they understand they got an experiment in front of them, which is COVID. We use COVID as an experiment. But when you're working on COVID, the first thing you do before you do any experiment is you have your hypothesis of what you think is going to happen. And that's what you give to the people. Like, okay, this is what it is. This is what we're seeing with COVID. We're still trying to figure this thing out because it's a brand new whatever it is. So now as they go through time, they're doing different, they're working on it and they're finding new information. So I would rather they come out and tell me the new information as a result of scientific study and give me the new information. I'm not mad at a scientist. That's like you getting mad at Apple saying, well, you had this phone, now 2 years later you have another phone. This phone is better because we've done more research to make it better. You see what I'm saying? That's what I think people are missing the point about when Dr. Fauci and other scientists and other medical professionals talk. They're talking to you about new information they have received as a result of scientific study. It's not the end all be all. They always tell you we're learning new information, but here's what we know now. So if you hold a scientist to something that is still going on and you're holding them to that, you're the fool. You're just a fool.
You don't hold them to that, but
you are holding them to
that. It should not change that quickly. Like you should. It shouldn't change daily. It should not change that. No, it should not change daily. And if it does change daily, you should tell me something, but you don't need to tell me in absolutes that this is what it is.
What? There's nothing that has changed on a daily basis.
It does.
Give me one thing.
One day. Okay. One day you'll say, okay, the only people who are really getting sick from the Delta variant are people who are unvaccinated. Right. Then you'll come back 2 days later. Well, no, now we have some vaccinated people who have also died. And then you'll come back and say, okay, so
stop right there. So before they say that, what's the caveat they normally say? New studies
I don't care about that caveat. I don't care about that caveat. I don't care about that caveat because common sense would have told you before science you made that first report.
Science is not common sense, bro. If it was, everybody would be a scientist. Everybody
but you have to add common sense into it, bro. You can't just say this is what it is. Now, I mean, if the whole country is leaning on you, this is not some kind of small town Midwest smallpox. This shit is affecting the whole world, and we're depending on you to give us the information. And a lot of people are relying on your exact information. Not even going back to, when it first started, say, oh, don't buy no mask. Mask ain't gonna help. Oh shit, go buy all the masks.
Well, again, I think what you're doing, in my opinion, I think what a lot of people are doing, they're not understanding what science is.
You might be right.
And science is so fluid. Science is not static. You know what I'm saying? Just say, for instance, they were going to the moon, right? Before they went to the moon with the Apollo program, they went through the Gemini program and they went through the Mercury program, all to get them to the position to go to the moon with the Apollo program. But throughout the whole entire time, they tested different variants of it to get them to a point where they can actually succeed and go to the moon. All I'm saying is that all that is science. There is nothing about science that happens immediately. It's trial and error. You know what I'm saying? You go to you determine what a problem is, and then you try to figure out through study how to mitigate that problem or to how to snuff it out. This is a new thing, and with the variant and all that, if anybody turns a blind eye to science, you are a fool.
Let me ask you a question though. Let me ask you one question. So, when stuff started opening back up, and Dr. Fauci gave the okay.
What's the problem with Dr. Fauci, bro? Why you on Fauci, bro? I mean, what the fuck has Fauci done?
Get Fauci over here then. Look, let me ask you a question. I won't say Fauci.
Okay.
Okay.
He's banging on Fauci, man. Like, okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
When stuff started opening back up, And the governor say, hey, now if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. But a lot of people, me included, say, you know what, man, I don't care what they say. I'm going to wear my mask. Because, hell, you can't tell if people vaccinated or unvaccinated because we do have this little thing called HIPAA. That's still in existence, right? They didn't take that away yet. It's coming, but they ain't taken it away yet. So we still got HIPAA. So nobody could, I don't think your employer can say, hey, give me your vaccination card. I mean, they might be able to do that at some point, go through some OSHA loophole. But so I guess in my opinion, not even my opinion, I'm wondering, let me just ask you this. Do you think that was too early?
To open back up?
Yeah, not to open back up, but to say, I mean, it was going to open back up, but to say, you know what, masks are optional. I don't know what they did in Georgia, but in North Carolina, they say, oh, masks are optional if you vaccinate.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm gonna go back to my science thing again. I think we have to the premise of any argument dealing with COVID. Number one, you're dealing with science. And science is so fluid. Science changes every day. Anybody who's known anybody or anybody who's interested in science, I'm vastly interested in science. I love science. I think it's just one of the most fascinating things about humanity is science. And if you've done any basic, you have any basic understanding about science, it allows fluidity. Science is very fluid. It's nothing. It's like engineering and science and all that. You've seen how the cars have gotten better. You've seen how homes have gotten better. You've seen how communication has gotten better. It's all because of science. Because you're going to drastically and learn new information over time through research, through trial and error and things of that nature. And COVID is not immune, no pun intended, from science. It's just another aspect of science that we as human beings, of intelligent human beings, I might add, we have to understand. This is not. There's no absolutes with science. We're putting Dr. Fauci and every other medical professional in a box and say, okay, tell us what is going to happen right now, and they can't do that. And anybody who want Dr. Fauci or any other scientists out there to say, okay, tell us what it's going to do, they can't do that. But I like that they change because they're finding new information. If you listen very closely, they say based off new information, based off new studies. That's the first thing they say if you listen.
Well, let me. Okay. First, you didn't answer my question. That's fine though. Let me keep going. No. My question was it too early? Was it too early?
No, but I did answer you. I said because of science, it's not fluid. I mean, it is fluid. It's not static. So,
but that's a decision when you make it. You can't go back and change. If you have to have thought on that. You have to have thought on that decision. You can't say one day, hey, you can not wear masks, and then come back the next day and say you can wear them. Because in that time period, many people are gonna get sick. But let me say one thing. Let
me give a concrete example why that again proves my point about science.
Okay.
Remember in the late 70s, early 80s, they talked about AIDS and said who got AIDS? Only gay people get AIDS, right?
Right.
Gay men get AIDS. And what they found out later, that's not true. So what happens is through study, experiments, research, they found that it's not true, and it helped everybody else. That's what science is. It's not static. It's fluid.
Okay.
Research.
Here's my little point. With your science, you have to use a little bit of common sense, because what they said was unvaccinated people, they said if you're vaccinated, you are not required to wear a mask.
I get it.
Most unvaccinated people really did not believe that COVID was real anyway.
Right.
So they were not wearing a mask.
Right.
And nobody was going to come up to you in Walmart and be like, hey, you ain't got no mask. Let me see your card.
Let me ask you a question, bro.
Go ahead.
If CNN brought me on and say, hey, Sean, we're going to bring Sean Carter on from the Podcases to talk about COVID and just new studies or whatever, and they brought me on and I started talking about COVID, wearing masks, you'd be like, man, shut the fuck up. America would say, Sean, shut the fuck up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I have no business talking about it. And nobody on Facebook has any business.
I agree.
Talking about it. But my point is, if you have a medical professional talking about COVID, and what he has seen in the studies to this point. That's what we go with to this point. This is all they have. They're studying the information that they have. And as they go on, as time goes on, new information comes about as a result of what? Their studies and their research. So any human being that thinks that this is a end all be all, you should be starting fires rubbing sticks together because you're an idiot.
Bro, the studies were never accurate. Do you remember when COVID first started? You could not take a COVID test. So how do you know you could not take a test? You couldn't get a test. So how were your studies accurate? Then then 2 months later you say, oh, the numbers are so high. Well, fuck, that's because people couldn't take tests 2 months ago. You couldn't take a test in March, April, or May. Right. You could not take a COVID test unless you was about to die. You had to be not able to breathe, then you go take a COVID test. Before that, you couldn't take a test.
What is a study, Chris? A study is a research is a fact-finding mission. That's all. In layman's term, that's what a study is. So when you quote somebody saying a study, it is not a factual thing. It is a study. It's research still ongoing. I mean,
but you don't have to even be a scientist to know your numbers have to be off because you couldn't take a test. You could not take you literally could not take a test. When COVID first started, I took my boys to the Lego convention. Somebody in the convention had COVID. They said, "Hey, if you were at the convention and you are sick, you can call the health department. When you call the health department, if you were about to die, they say, "Hey, come take a COVID test." If not, you didn't take a test.
Okay.
So how can you accurately depict our numbers? You can't.
Let me tell you why. Again, when this whole thing came about, there was really nothing to compare it with.
Right.
So if you have nothing to compare it with, or you don't have the specimens or to determine what causes or what it is or how it comes about, you can't test for it. That's what a test is. A test is the result of you knowing more information about something. They didn't know what this really is. So how can you really, they can tell you some information about it. And that's why they were saying like the people that are about to die, whatever, come in and whatever, they have some information about it. But now they do have more information about it. So they can go in, there's widespread testing about it. And that's the result of what? Study and research.
Science.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So anybody, all these non-scientist people out here that got D's in science in high school or on Facebook, acting like they know all. They don't know shit. Pick up a book and read it, and or you can go and pick up a medical journal and read that, like I do once a week. I go online and read a medical journal from professionals, dog. I don't go on Facebook, dude. I don't go on Facebook and listen to what Jamal have to say about COVID. Fuck that. You're an idiot if you are. I'm sorry. You're an idiot if you on your Facebook listen to Jamal thinking that COVID is fake and the world is flat.
Hey,
Stop that shit.
Jamal is a CNA. He knows what's going on.
Shit,
bro.
Fuck all that, bro. That's crazy. But then I hear it all the time. People like, oh, Facebook. Man, listen. Facebook is like Facebook trying to save your life because they see some idiots on here telling you what not to do. Man, yo, I listen to Fauci before I listen to Fatima. Fuck that. I ain't listen to Fatima on Facebook, man. Fuck that shit. No, man. You got to be smarter than that. We're professionals, Si. We're professionals, bro. Act like it. Shit. Don't quote Jamal. Jamal thinks the world is flat.
Hey, bro. I'm quoting Fauci.
Well, yeah, whatever, man. I think, the world is not flat, man. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, I saw something kind of cool the other day. I'm a big fan of Rockefeller, Dame Dash. Everybody knows that I'm a big fan of Dame Dash. I'm a huge fan of Jay-Z. I just thought what they done back in the 90s, early 2000s was bananas, crazy. But there was an interview that Beanie Siegel had on the Drink Champs last week. And I thought it was a great interview. And one of the things that I took away from the interview, and one of the things he said was, they asked him about what was the reason, or one of the reasons that him and Jay-Z kind of had a little falling out, whatever. And they asked him about the rumor. I think a lot of people heard of this rumor. The rumor was, I guess they went to court or some kind of legal proceeding or whatever, and the judge asked Jay-Z, would he be responsible for beans and he said no. And my question is, was Jay-Z wrong for that? Was he wrong for? And Beans acknowledged that that actually happened. The judge asked Jay-Z, "Would you be responsible for Beans?" And Jay-Z said no. And they asked Beans about that, and I could see two sides of that. Your first inclination, what the fuck? Then your next inclination as a grown man, like, why would I put myself in a position to be responsible for another grown man? But that's not for me. I'm just asking you, how do you feel about that?
Well, I just saw that he did a interview on Drink Champs. I just saw that today. I was actually looking for it. I've watched a few documentaries on Jay-Z. From since him and Dame broke up, and they have always said that he has his circle of close friends, and that's it. And his close friends are the friends that he's talked about, several times. Tata and Juan
Emery?
and Emery, yeah. And they've always said, like, yo, if you not in that circle, you not in that circle. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Beans was in that circle. And I think you have to look, man, you have to say, man, like you said, as a grown man, if I can't control dude, I can't control dude. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, if I can't control what you do, I can't control what you do. And I'm not gonna say I can control what you do, because I'm just putting myself in a situation of liability that I know is you're gonna default on something. You still out there wilding, you doing what you do. And Jay-Z is just, he kind of grew past all of them, man, at some point. You know what I'm saying? And that was it.
Yeah, and I saw that, and I thought about that, and I asked myself that question. Like, if I was put in that position as Jay-Z, I asked myself two questions. The first question I asked myself is like, yo, if I got put in that position with Jay-Z, what will my answer be? And you said it, I think you alluded to it. I think if somebody in that circle had said that, or was asked that question by the judge about Tata or Emery and whatever, I think the answer may have been different. I don't know for sure.
Oh, it would have been different.
I think the answer would have been different. But at the same time, initially, I see why Beans were upset. But as time goes on, I think Beans, he understood why Jay-Z said that, because a lot of times we put ourselves in positions that other people can't be responsible for and shouldn't be responsible for. If you're going through life and things are not really rocking for you, and a large time as a result of things you're doing and your actions, I can't hold my friends and family accountable for that. I have to be kind of on the hook for myself to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to make sure that I'm not the culprit of this. And I think Beans realized that over time, but initially he was very upset, and I think, and he said that was one of the reasons why they had a falling out. That he came from nothing, and he didn't look at it as a business, which was his first mistake. He didn't look at it as a business and look at it as his family, and that's not his family. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, and if you ever want to know about Jay-Z and his friends, go listen to the album The Carters and listen to the song Friends. He names his friends in that song, and you can see as Beanie has gotten older. Now he understands. Like, shit, I probably couldn't have controlled me back then.
Right. And
you know what I'm saying?
It's funny. And you said that. You said about that song or whatever. But I think a lot of times people don't understand who their real friends are. It's okay. It's okay. Like if I hear a lot of people talking about, like, I got like 40 friends or 20 friends or 10 friends, I'm concerned about you. You know what I'm saying? Because you only have, realistically, really just talking to the humanistic point, not talking anything abstract. Humans as men, women, as we get older, we only have about this many friends.
Right.
Realistically, it probably less than this, whatever. But this is probably the max you should have. Max, like real friends. And what I mean by a friend is somebody you can go to and there's no scorekeeping. Like if I go to Si, say, yo, man, Si, can I borrow like some money, whatever? And Si's not going to tell Billy Bob, like, yo, Fifth just came to me for whatever.
Right.
That stays right there. That's what friends are. Or just somebody you can roll with and just be there. And it's always good times and bad times. But friends are, I can't tell you what your friends are, but I know who my friends are. I can go to them and tell them all kinds of shit, and they can come back and tell me all kinds of shit, and we rock with each other and be with each other. But if that judge asked me that question about you, I would say yes. Because not only would I would take your ass into custody at that point. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, I'm like, yo, Si's wilding. Your Honor, yes, I got him. Because I won't take you into custody.
Well, even before that, a friend would have told you, like, yo, bro, you wilding. Like, you need to chill. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Like, what the hell is going on with you?
So Beans already had an idea about what that answer was going to be. You know what I'm saying? But that just, I thought that was a very interesting thing. It's a great interview. Anybody who has a chance to go see it, definitely check it out. You know what I'm saying? But yo, we're at 16, bro, and episode 16, and it's been when we first started doing this, like week 1, the infamous week 1 when we had issues, and then week 2, week 3, whatever. But it always been
week 1.
Like, yo, it's like a Pringles can, right? But anybody, and the thing about it, we knew we had something. All we just had to do to work the kinks out. Even now to this day, we still have kinks that we still try to work out. But there's been people that's been rocking with us and always fucking with us no matter what. They send us, they're like, hey, we watching you guys, or they say something to us, or they rock with our posts or whatever. And all that is big. That all, let's get our word out and tell them what we're doing, things of that nature. But we always, one of the most things me and Sal actually talk about is the people that support us. And right. we were really big on that because we came from nothing and we got something, and we want to make it even bigger. And it is a result of people like, we do the viewer mail every week, but this week we want to try something new. We got something new that we're going to start doing. And it's for people that really genuine show support for us. And that anytime if these people come and tell us they got something going on, the answer from us is going to be yes, because they support us and rock with us. So we got no choice but to rock back with them, whatever they got. But one of the first people we're going to bring on to something we call viewer spotlight is one of the dopest people I know. He went to school with us at Shaw U. He's a Shaw U fam. He rocks with us every fucking week. You know what I'm saying? He lets us know he rocks with us, man. And he's a genuine supporter of what we do. And I thought it was only right. So I came up with the idea and everything like that. Yo, it's only right that we bring our supporters on and talk to our supporters and to say why they like us, what they don't like about us, what we can do better, and things of that nature. Just have a conversation with these people and bring them on and rock with us, bro. So the first person we're gonna bring to our viewer spotlight is a dope dude, man. what can I say? He's Cy, fraternity brother. Cy, you want to say anything about before we bring him on, man?
Yeah, man. This is my guy, man. This is actually my line brother at Shaw University. Had we crossed there, met him one cold night, January 1997. Has been my guy ever since, man. He is awesome guy, man. Always got something going on. Let's bring him on.
Yeah, man. Yo, salute to Mr. Kenyatta Bigger, man. Salute. Welcome to the Podcases, bro. How you feeling, man?
Man, I feel great, man. Blessed to be here, man. How you guys feeling, man?
Hey, we good. Hey, bro. Right. I know now. You are an open book, and we've been talking about some health stuff. Right. I know about 5 years ago, you scared the hell out of me. Yeah. And you had a heart attack, bro. You want to say anything about that?
Yeah, man. I was working in the mental health field, man, and I was just stressed, man. Not eating right, not getting enough rest, always stressed out, man. And I actually thought I had food poisoning, man, back in December 2014, man. And thank God for my wife, man. You know, it's amazing how God puts people in places, man. And she just looked at me and she said, you know, something's not right. You're going to the emergency room, because I wasn't gonna go. Like you guys said, we don't go. Took me to the emergency room, man, and they rushed me right into surgery, man. Said I had a severe heart attack. I had the heart attack on Tuesday and then go to the emergency room to that Saturday, man.
Was your chest hurting or kind of what?
Man, I had every symptom that they said that you have for as a heart attack. But like I said, it was a couple of weeks after Thanksgiving, so I thought I had food poisoning because I was only like, 39 years old. I was like, man, heart attack was the last thing on my mind, man. But I said I owe it all to my wife, man. I love you, man. She saved my life, man. And so that's why I just really try to ride a positive vibe, man. I love what you guys are talking about with the health thing, and I look forward to you guys bringing people on, man, because I'm a living will and testament, man. So I go to the doctor religiously, man. Something ain't right. I'm going in, man.
Hey, bro, like just like what you saying, man. A lot of us, we kind of like we dumb down our symptoms to the lowest common denominator. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker chest being a rubber band tight, and they're like, oh man, I'm just hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you dying. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, get yourself checked out, bro. Like for me, man, I'm so fearful of health, man. If I don't feel, I'm telling Si early this week. I said, man, I don't feel right, bro. This week right here been kind of off for me. Whatever. I got an appointment tomorrow to go get checked out, whatever. But I stand on the fact that I feel pretty good, but I don't have any. I eat pretty well. I smoke cigars, of course. When I have sex, I put condoms on. I live pretty good. I may do some grotesque things while I'm having sex, but that doesn't. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. But my point is what you said, man. Women, if they see something wrong, they're taking their ass to the doctor. If they see something wrong with you, they're taking your ass to the doctor. And our show, what we got coming up is a very close thing. Our whole premise was about men, but we're gonna bring some things on for women as well, because black men, we're so fearful of the damn doctor. You know what I'm saying? But we need to start going and doing whatever, man. But bro, I'm glad you're here, man. Thanks for sharing your story with us, bro. And one of the most important things I want to say to you is thank you, bro. From me, and I feel the same way. Just from me personally, thank you. And from the podcasts, we really salute you and thank you, man, for rocking with us and just saying, hey, listen, these guys got something. I'm support them on, man. Yo, salute to you, bro. We had to come on and tell you personally in front of everybody, whatever. And man, so thank you, bro.
Absolutely good, brother.
Yeah, man.
Man, we our history go back so far, man. I know we ain't meet the 97, man. We were roommates a little bit before that, man.
Hey, be careful because my wife is watching, man. So
I'm not gonna say too much. Shout out to Miss Bigger. But hey, man, we bro, like people don't understand. Like we were just saying, friends, and like we don't talk every day, but when we talk, if you hit me, I know, what I'm saying? Like, I can tell you, the time maybe about right before COVID, and you hit me, you said, bro, Noop, I need to see you. And I was like, hey, I'm in Charlotte. You pull right up on me, man. So, and I know if I need to see you, I can reach out. I know you're going to answer that text. It don't matter. That's just, that's just how we do, man. Like, you were one of the ones, man, spring 97, there were 5 of us online. I was able to, grab you, man, and I had to keep pushing you to say, man, go ahead and finish this kappa up, man. And when you finished it, man, it was just like we just picked right up where we started, man. And I'm gonna just tell you, I'm so proud of you. I want to give you a second, man, just to tell the people, what you do, because I know you are really, really passionate about your job, what you do with it, the kids that you impact and help, man. Just tell the people what you do a little bit.
So I work for an agency known as Communities in School in Mecklenburg County. So it's a national organization, but what we do is we try to work with a lot of kids that are classified as being at risk or dealing with being disengaged in school, right? So our foundational framework is based off of 4 principles. We call it the ABC plus Ps. So working with kids, we want to focus on attendance, making sure that they're coming to school. Try to address any behavioral issues or concerns that they might be having that's causing them to be suspended and not being in school. And then once in school, we focus on the C, which is coursework. So academics is everything. We want to really stress the importance of higher education, man. So even if you're not going to go to college, how do we get you on a career path so you can be successful moving forward? And then last but not least is P, which stands for partner and provider engagement. Because again, we do believe that it takes a village to raise a child. And a lot of times we have to partner with those parents to let them know about the certain supports that we have in place, man. So that way, if we can wrap a kid tightly, man, they can be successful moving forward, man, and becoming productive citizens in today's society. So
Hey,
that's
man,
what we're doing in
dope.
this.
That's dope, because when I was a kid, I wasn't wrapped too tight. So I'm glad, you guys got your arms around these young people and doing what you do, man. Man, I follow you even before, like even at show, whatever, I know who you were, but I follow you more closely now because I'll tell you what I'm a fan of you about. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a fan of you about how you promote your family.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a family man, bro, and how you with your young men, and you equally show your love for your kids as well as your wife and your family and stuff like that, bro.
Definitely.
I got to honestly say, man, that's one of the reasons why I follow you and I'm always I interact with you and stuff like that is because, bro, I'm a fan of that, bro. You know, just being a man myself. When I see another man, just highly promote his family, just highly promote him. You know what I'm saying? Like that's big to me, and I salute you for that, bro. Especially the work you're doing outside your home with other kids and stuff like that. Seeing a brother, let me say, a young man seeing a black man caring for them, want to wrap them up and get them straight. That is a massive visual to see for young men.
Yeah.
And so what you're doing, my brother, overall, family wise, professionally wise, man, I salute you on that. And God bless, bro. That salute to you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, black man. I love you for saying that, brother. That means a lot to me, man.
And so one of the things about, we call each other LB or roommate. One of the things about you, man, you one of the best dancers I ever seen, man.
That's right. Yeah, we do. Tell Quan that so he'll know.
Yeah. Hey, Quan know he can't touch you, boy. Now we do this thing on the Podcases, man. This is a 2-part question, so after you answer this, I got something else for you. Now, we do this thing on the Podcases, man. We call this the top 3, man.
Yes, sir.
Tip. Now, we got your name up as King Out the Bigger, but we call you Tip. Q-Tip. So listen. So Tip, give me the top 3 songs that's gonna make you get up, and even if Nigel ain't getting up, you gonna get up and get on the dance floor. Give me the top 3 songs.
Well, my first one is gonna be "Blow the Whistle" by Too Short. What's my favorite word? I mean that get the party started. So I think that's everybody.
That's it. Salute.
I think number 2 is gonna be Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 in 2000. Back that thing up is gonna be that banger. And then my third go-to one, man, is gonna be anything that's Uncle Luke, man. When I back in the day, man, that booty music, man, it's just something.
You wasn't in Shaw Gym getting busy like that.
Man, I was on the gym, up under the bleachers, on the roof, in the bandstand, everywhere. You dropped that record, we was me and my boys, we was going in, man. But it's just something about like that anthem that just gets the party going, man. And I'm just that type of dude, man. I just want to laugh, live, and have fun, man.
And boy, you got and I noticed you got the nephews out there. You got Kendall and Kane out there getting busy too, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And also shout out to your oldest, Kamani. Kamani was born when we were roommates.
That's right.
So look, man, we getting old. So the last thing is, lately, since the pandemic, you have started DJing. And if anybody knows you, they know your catchphrase is "Yes, sir." You told me your name is DJ Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Look, the way we want to go out tonight, man, we want you to get up. Go behind your DJ booth.
Come on,
we want
man.
you to spin a record or two for us, man. And the case is gonna fade right on out like that tonight, brother.
Yeah. But before we got something else we want to do real quick, man. But yo, man, I see that you got the Podcases sticker on your setup there, man. Salute to you on that, bro. But let's see you do your thing, bro.
Okay, let's get started. Can y'all hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
I'm going like this. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to Biz. So let me start out with him. Salute. Yes, sir. Come on.
Talk to me, man. It's your boy, yo. You turn the motherfucking noise up. We can get right to the proceedings, nigga. Headphones start. Bring it down a little bit. Okay. Now we working with it. The boy face up and bass line, baby. Welcome to New York City.
Now, one thing about me, baby, I like to keep it old school. Come on, check it out, go. One. Here we go.
What up, Shaq? I heard they got
Yeah, I see you, man. Come on. Hey, I'm gonna take you back to the yard, baby. Come on now. Some of this stuff you heard. Now, this is how we used to do it, show you, baby.
Last night, 16, asking on your whereabouts or where you sleep. They said they just want to question you. For me and you know, and once they catch you, all they do is just arrest you.
I see you, Nod.
So it's a good thing you bounce, but now you stay low.
Come on.
I check to see how you doing.
Come on, Chris. I see you, baby.
I said to the Western Union, probably knock down the door in the middle of the
1, 2, 3. Let's get it. Come on. Hey. All right, now this is how we do it in the crib, baby. I call this club bigger because I can't get out. Because it's COVID.
Hey, yo, Kenyatta, bro, we appreciate it, man. We got to get the hell out of here, man. But yo, my man, yo.
Hey, we love you, Tip, man.
We love you, Tip, man. Keep doing your thing, man. We love you, brother. We love you, man. We got to rock out real quick, man. Yo, salute, man. Yo, Tip is amazing.
Man, well, I think that Mobb Deep took you back to '96.
Yeah. Hey, man, yo,
you was in the blue Honda, boy.
Hey, yo, man, that Mobb. Let me tell you something, man. The infamous Mobb Deep does it for me every fucking time, man.
I'm gonna go back and listen to that after we get finished.
Yo, that album is from top to bottom is a fucking banger. Yo, salute to Kenyatta, bro. Yo, we gonna do this as much as we can with our viewer spotlight, bro. Salute to Kenyatta, man. He's a super duper supporter of the Podcases, man. And we'd be crazy if we didn't bring him on and tell him personally how much we really appreciated my brother. You know what I'm saying? So yo, what's next? Episode 16 has been great. We told you that we got the doctors coming on to get everybody's get the health checked up, man. Get them going, whatever, man. Yo, so what's next for the cases, my brother?
Man, we still got our live show coming up. The weekend of the 22nd.
Mm-hmm. Live in Raleigh, baby. Live in Raleigh.
Yeah, we be live in Raleigh. So if you in the if you in North Carolina, come on up to Raleigh, man. Check out Sunday Supper Live, man. They are having a good time on Sundays, man. Live music. They got the cases hosting, and we doing our live show. There's gonna be a good time, and they got good food. They got food trucks, vendors, all kinds of stuff, man. I think they had close to 3,000 people there last week, man. They go every other week. So yeah, come check that out, man. If you're in North Carolina, come see us live.
Yo, it's gonna be dope, brother. Like I said, thanks to everybody. Thanks for Kenyatta for rocking with us, man. Thanks for everybody who's on the chat, bro. They're checking us out on the cases, man. Thanks to everybody on YouTube. Thanks to everybody who's been rocking with us on Instagram. Thanks to everybody who's been rocking with us on Facebook. We sincerely appreciate everybody who fucks with the cases, man. We got a lot coming up, and 16's been great. We chilling out next week. We're gonna take a little sabbatical for a week here. Next week, we're gonna be back here the following week, rocking with the doctors. Start off with the doctors here. Our first doctor gonna be on call. He gonna be on the show. She gonna be on the show, and we have a good adult conversation about health and get everybody healthy again. You know what I'm saying? Or just remain healthy. You know what I'm saying? So 16's in the books, man. It's been fanatical. It's been great. The fan spotlight, the viewer spotlight was wonderful. I don't know who's on top that one, bro. I don't know who's gonna come on and top that one.
Who wants to be next?
I don't know who. If you want to come on and to the viewer spotlight, bro, just come on. Just show like you support us, whatever. We will bring you on. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You can jerk up bananas if you got to. We don't care. As long as you just come on and just have a good time with the cases, man, and be yourself. That's a wrap. That's all I got to unpack for this evening, man. I was on my soapbox, man, but I just wanted to rock it out with my people, bro. Any important shots, man?
Hey, man, I had a great time, man. If the viewer spotlight person that comes on, you don't have to be vaccinated. Hey, I love you, bro, man. Great time,
bro.
tonight,
Hey,
man.
salute to everybody. Y'all have a great week. God bless you guys. As Russell Simmons always said, good night.
Peace.